No,
I'm
I
not
don't
kidding.
think I
Go
said
ahead.
all this E3. No,
I'm
I
not
don't
kidding.
think I
Go
said.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay, are we back?
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're live. We are live and back,
Okay,
and my Steam is no longer bugging.
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 Okay, if anyone has any questions they want to ask us, I guess you can.
Feel free to not.
But if you don't have any, that's okay. If you don't have any questions, just let us know who your favorite Breaking Bad character is. We want to know.
What about my favorite Better Call Saul character?
Well, that's fine too.
Okay. I just want
I had to think about it. I had to consult the Oracle.
What faction am I playing, chat?
Chad or Chat? Because
Chat.
my name is not Chad.
Chad, the country, is asking viewers from Chad.
Oh, right.
Kamogan, you ask for Dole Golder every single stream.
Yeah, we're on to you, man.
We have one for Rivendell. I didn't do Rivendell last time. I could do Rivendell.
Lorian.
Sibaka.
Misty Mountains.
I'd say Misty Mountains, yeah.
Yeah, Misty Mountains, I think, is complete. I do play it! I played it last time on stream, didn't I? Older? Or 2 streams ago? I don't know.
How you've played it.
Yeah, I played
But you didn't play Misty Mountains last time, and there's a lot of new things in that.
I'll play Misty Mountains.
Well, the question wasn't like, what's your favorite faction, chat? It was just like, what faction should we play? I feel like the answer easily Rivendell suggests that the question was misunderstood. But I might be overanalyzing it.
Yeah, no, I was asking more which one I should play. Right now, Misty Mountains is the most appealing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because Lug is now completely done.
Everything, I'm pretty sure, is completely done.
Including Lug.
Including Lug, yeah, I know you're right.
Who is also completely done.
Yeah, forgive me.
Oh, yeah. You could play against over the...
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I think I'm gonna play Rivendell
some
now.
new stuff, yeah. New abilities.
Can you say new abilities like that again, Arthur?
It's they have some new abilities working.
Whoa.
Yeah, but the way you said it.
Mm.
New abilities.
They're like new abilities. It's like, whoa.
I think I might have given him some hard nipples there.
Yeah.
2 new powers.
2 new powers! No, wait, fuck, we're streaming.
that meme is so old now. Like
Nobody
has ever understood it, and nobody ever will.
Nobody, yeah, no. That is, yeah.
But boy, was it funny back then.
Oh, it was hilarious. It's still pretty funny. I mean, come on. It's 2 new powers, man. It's a big deal.
Make yourself useful. The building is ready for master. The eye is watching us.
How are my boys on the team doing? I miss you guys. What?
Who's that?
Make yourself useful.
A squid. Hello, squid. We're doing good. What the fuck, guy? Oh, Matthias is muted. He has an excuse.
Doing really badly.
You're doing really badly. Okay.
We have a new cave. The cave is ready.
Yeah, I was given a smoothie. Smoothie.
You're given a smoothie? Congratulations.
Thanks. There's some popcorn as well.
What kind of smoothie is it, dude?
We got chores to tend to.
The smooth kind?
It's the best kind. It's like blackberries.
Blackberries are good.
Strawberry.
And that's not me being sarcastic. They're
Bananas.
Bananas.
You hear that, what?
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Some yogurt. You know.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Here.
It's my favorite kind.
Get going.
Oh.
Do I detect some mango? I think I do. Lovely.
The building is ready for master. A single fire. Listen here. Stay together.
Who's that keyboard warrior? Jesus Christ. Is that a rune?
Maybe.
Lord.
Make yourself useful.
Got a mechanical keyboard nowadays?
The keyboard warrior. I have never heard you say that. Oh my god.
Alright.
We have the building. Here. Those walls are
Why goblins no longer get heavy armor? I mean, did you ever give them heavy armor? I don't know. I can't answer that.
warriors are here.
Arthur, explain.
Yeah,
That's why.
It's redundant.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, explain.
There's the enemy. What should we do?
They don't need it.
Listen here. Ready? Hurry up. There they are. We're done with this one.
So now they randomize their look.
Completely. Yeah. They look much better.
Oh, goblin warriors.
Plug them all. If this is your hitman, Misty Mountains, and hero you buy for, he can.
Dig in.
For 100,000 resources, would you do it? What?
What? What? Listen here. There is a rant. The enemy. Get together. Go. Get
Goblins, clump.
charge 'em. Ready? Go. Keep moving. Listen here.
The question was perfectly clear. Okay.
Hear that, experiment? Dig in.
That was my answer.
Kill him. The warriors are here.
It was what?
Get together.
Hey, what?
God, I just want to get lug. Why does it have to be 1800?
This is fairly good.
Oh. I thought because he's not Aslog, he's supposed to be bad.
Oh. Why is it cheaper? Oh.
We're low on resources. We're low on resources.
Almost.
We've captured the building.
So
We need
close.
more
I'm
resources.
gonna keep clicking.
Spam it.
We're low on resources.
Okay, we got him. Okay.
Yeah, if you click faster, you get more resources.
Hell yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
Confirmed elite strat. That's how the pro players play.
There they are. This way. I thought we were done. You know what to do. What was that?
It's some
All right, get back
some
to
third-party software to click your mouse faster.
Yeah, like a macro. Just a macro
That's-
software.
Shit ton of resources that way.
Yep.
Keep it up. Quick. I think I need my leg.
Where's Lug?
On his way. How often did you ever play Misty Mountains before the rework? Only on stream.
Literally never.
So yeah, anytime that it was on stream was when I played it, because the chat really wanted me to play it. Usually,
Yeah, played it very rarely.
yeah.
Never.
It sucked ass.
Yeah.
Mm.
Same goes for Lothlorien for me. I never played that either. I'm starting to now because it's starting to get reworked.
Go log. Just the new art is starting to get me in that Lothlorien spirit, dude.
Yeah.
This fortress
sure.
is incredible.
They're over here too.
Excuse me, get out of here.
What else is there to build? It's an attack. Get them
Go
away.
away.
Excuse me.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Pissed you off.
Excuse me.
They're taking our building. Too. There's a voice in my head, and it's telling me to move.
And it's telling me to move.
Ready?
The image of the hero Ook bad.
Good for you. Ook. Ook. Yeah.
That's my response.
Ook.
When that old World of Warcraft expansion, Mists of Pandaria came out, there was this dungeon, and it was a brewery overrun by baboons, like sentient baboons, and they all had names like Big Ooker, Ooker Ook, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I thought about. Ook. It was a fun dungeon. At some point in our lives, we all ook bad. I've ooked bad for like 31 years now.
You hear that? What? Just point them out, boss. You hear that? Here. Is that the enemy? Soros! If it's a nation to die for so many warriors! Get together!
Ooh, Lugger's gonna die. Oh, he's fine. Actually.
He's fine. He's throwing his knives.
They're attacking the mine! They're attacking over here!
You show him throwing his knives? I like to see it.
He might need a little bit of a damage increase on his range, just because he does throw pretty slow.
Okay.
Or if we can look at reducing the delay between his shot without fucking up the animations, that's something that potentially
I'd
we could
rather
look
just
at.
buff it then.
Yeah.
Same. Same. That's usually gonna have a better aesthetic result. All about them aesthetics.
Is that really a Mad Max style mercenary orc?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I get. Yeah, I didn't really consider Mad Max necessarily, but yeah, that works. Especially because it was filmed in Australia, or it's set in Australia. I think. Like it filmed there. I think it is.
I think so, yeah.
Ah, they stunned me.
Is that a phone or a very hard, like, melodic fly? I guess not.
Blood's about to die, Big Sad. About to lose his legs. Get the Goblin King.
I mean, his leg.
All of them.
So
Hey.
the one.
Piss off. Exactly. His only leg that's black. Let's go.
Something smells funny. Like the mold. Like the horses. Where's the bloody meat? Ready to stick it to him. Right. Everything smells funny. The Misty Mountains.
Thanks, Kyle.
Hmm? Oh. Oh.
Oh, I can't believe that worked.
Oh my god.
You'll do what you're told.
I had the same thought.
Mm-hmm.
You fucker.
You know what
You got
to
me.
do. Pots, ready to stick it to him.
You proud?
Eh? What?
Proud of it? Proud of me?
Warriors are here.
Damn.
Pretty proud of it.
Oh yeah,
We're
dude.
expanding this one.
There's a new ability for Fountain Orc Slashers again. Armor penetration or damage increase. I had no idea.
Yeah? What?
Consecutive attacks temporarily increase attack damage by 5% up to a maximum of 25%. So much like the Berserkers, pretty sure the Greenwood Slayers.
Yeah.
Age of the Ring team, you look the E3.
Get together.
No.
Pots,
I
ready
don't.
to stick it to him. The Misty Mountains.
I don't really care. If there's anything cool, I'm sure my friends will filter it
Yep.
out and send it to me. And
That's very accurate. Yeah,
yeah,
that's very
that even works
accurate.
out. I don't know. I don't like corporate presentations.
And it's gonna be kept.
Yeah, it is. These are new souls.
Well. Don't let Muscat see you slacking off.
Although one thing is good about those E3 things is, like, the most awkward people will get on stage, and they'll have made like the most awkward fashion choices or like hairstyle choices,
Yeah.
and they'll have like studied their stage presence. They'll do like certain like non-verbal arm movements.
Mm-hmm.
Zordos, here for some action.
Yeah, very, very.
This shit is funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It was making me laugh at BlizzCon. Like every year, the same people go on stage, and every year they seem to be even worse doing this.
This spot is no good.
Looking forward to Asian Rings presentation G3. I can you imagine, like us going on
It'd be
stage.
terrible. It'd be fucking terrible. Yeah.
We found the cap.
You or I just talking in front of like a stage of people. Yeah.
So the next version will have missions, new missions. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I start. Yeah, maybe we'll watch some new stuff. Misty Mountains. New maps. Anyway, let's roll the trailer.
Oh my god.
And then it's like this pre-rendered cinematic trailer.
Bows.
Yeah. Okay, we're back.
What is happening?
Okay.
That one's finished. Another building, all finished.
The Misty Mountains are ours. Like it you will.
We're under attack. Hey, they're taking on building.
You ever seen this footage of, I think it was,
Where's the
like,
bloody
Windows
mountains?
98 or XP or something
Oh,
being announced.
The Misty Mountains are ours.
And maybe it might have been 95. And you got Bill Gates and like a whole bunch of other Microsoft executives dancing on stage. Yeah. They're doing this awkward dance with they kind of clap hands and
uh-huh.
shuffle their feet.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
It's great.
He's watching us. Make yourself useful.
Ooh, you're using the new thing. Nice.
Oh yeah, I always use Untimidation Snow.
Enemy! We've expanded the treasure. Today's a good day for some mayhem.
Rip their eyes out! Everything's
Under attack. Opening up a new fissure.
Wait for the new Lorian banner and neutral buildings. Yep. Gondor AI builds multiple fortresses, others do not. What is the reason? Because others don't have that functionality. I think that's an experimental thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Actually, let me get out the Asia Ring Book of Reasoning. I think there's like 5 pages on this. Get right on that. Ooh, that was snarky. Wasn't that snarky? Shit.
Oh, Lug just got punted. I thought he would survive that kick.
Oh no, you let him get killed.
Yeah, I'm getting swarmed by ants.
You got kicked in the ass. Swift kick in his ass.
His bone, yes.
This bony ass. I mean, given how hard it is for him to walk, he must have some pretty, solid cheeks.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's an attack.
March! Ready to stick it
Cheeks
to
of
him.
steel.
Oh my god, they summoned axe elves on me.
Yeah, they do that.
Oh my god.
Hey, it didn't tell you to get that.
Is that the enemy? The fissure has been expanded. Go.
Up till a couple of days ago when you changed that. You do that a lot.
What do we do?
Ready to stick it
It
to him.
tells you to get fucked.
Oh yeah.
Right, everything's so funny.
Get them away from the mine.
The Misty Mountains are ours. Hawks and wolves ready.
Gondor AI builds 3 castles on a 4-player map. Solution must be found. I think what we're gonna do is actually extend it. So that other factions do it as well.
Yeah. As we just said, it's a placeholder that we're attempting to test, and we haven't gotten to there yet.
Hmm.
Fucking lord.
This is soldier difficulty. But Kyle here is floating a lot of resources.
Ready to stick it to him.
Ahem.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, they just summoned the Mirkwood.
Holy shit, we have more viewers than EA streams. What the hell? I'm sorry, E3 streams. What the hell?
Oh my
I'm
god,
just kidding. We
Galadriel.
don't. We don't.
Where's the bloody meat? Don't let Muscat see you slacking off. Get in there, you worthless targets!
Oh, that still needs a sound and effect.
Something
Fuck.
smells funny.
More than that.
Get in there, you
I edited all those force for
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you for cutting them.
Sure.
Bomp.
Look at them go, and they just go back. Oh, they're not done yet. Oh, did he die? Oh no. One
Yeah,
died.
excuse.
Somebody defend the building.
Rip.
The mines are being attacked.
Everything smells funny.
No, we don't talk about that.
Yeah. No. I was.
It's inappropriate.
Can't you stay off this, eh?
We've got the scent.
The archers are here. It's them. They're attacking. Faster. We fight.
Today's a good day for some mayhem.
They're attacking.
The best in the business.
Hang on, did the bodyguard just avoid getting trampled somehow?
Yeah.
Whoa. Am I just a
Oh
tourist?
dear.
Fed for 3 stinking days.
Look who it is.
Careful. Don't agitate this wolf.
Rumil's just gonna follow me. The orphan was in there. Yeah, there. Oh. Oh my god, the trolls respawn? No.
Is that a good thing?
That is a good thing.
Can't you stay off this, eh?
He's like, whoa. Okay.
Goedenavond, Sappy, Flappy.
He's just playing.
Are you saving up for bowl?
Yeah.
It's called spontaneous soup generation.
Spontaneous soup generation. You have to add soup in there.
Let's go to hunting again.
We need more resources.
Yes,
Point them out, boss.
They're attacking.
can
the mill. Come on.
still speak Dutch.
Move, you maggots.
Even though I moved to Antarctica 25 years ago, and only ever speak to seals
What do you smell?
in their native language. I still remember how to speak Dutch. Are there seals in Antarctica? I guess there are. Polar bears? Misschien komt de rijpe eland nog langs. Echt hè? Dat was echt grappig.
There are no polar bears.
Ah. What kind of animals are there?
Penguins.
Ah.
And
I speak to penguins.
what are those fat fucks?
Penguins? Americans? I don't know.
You hear that? Get together.
Oh, the walrus, maybe.
I don't think it's walrus.
Narwhal.
There are seals.
Okay. Elephant seals.
I'm infested with fleas.
But no, you may not have a sample of seal talk. That's private.
That'll do it.
I'm not gonna bark like a seal in here.
Well, don't just stand there. Very well.
That's too weird. Even for the Asian ones. Oh, on that note, Kyle, did you see the change Arthur and I made to, well,
No.
to A prime?
We've released the cave troll.
Actually, yes.
Something smooth.
Okay, just check.
The warriors are here.
I'm itching all over.
That was so fucking funny last night, dude. You actually made it into Bold of the North. Yeah, well, that's who he is. He's Bold of the North.
What my father could know.
We like to use titles, hero descriptions, and names. Bolg is a very short name. Doesn't look that good if it's just him.
Oh, the blood.
Ah, rip bulb.
No, no!
What does this great protrude?
Oh my god.
I'm itching all down, too. What does this great protuberance want?
Ah, that Lovecraftian mellow entry. That's gonna be removed pretty soon.
Misty Mountains are ours. Why? Everything smells funny.
Cash.
There's more where we came from.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's dead.
This is like a destroyer video. Oh, his heroes always die as well.
Oh, it's just some of the eagles. Oh.
That one's mine! Give him down!
Goblin town, born and bred.
Damaged armor is ready. That one's finished. The fissure has been expanded. We need more resources.
Rip their eyes out!
Ooh, nice worm.
They're too far away. Listen here. Raiding our camp. The mines are being ready.
Oh dear.
Down to Goblin town.
These eagles need to fuck off.
Mountains are ours!
There we go.
He's using the fuck up.
What?
Where are they attacking us from? The attack troll is out there. Get them away
will. Slash them.
So sad and old.
There's more where we came from.
You'll get him right in the eyes.
The attack troll is ready.
Where's
So
the
chat,
bloody
who's your favorite Lord of the Rings character?
Down to Goblin Town.
Mine is Lug. The mold.
Very well. Don't just stand there. Well, well, well. Don't just stand there. Very well.
Yeah. Theoden is no Lug.
Goblin Town. Born and bred.
Yeah. Too many legs.
Yeah.
Well, well, well.
Ah, fuck. I was gonna die too. Yep. The Lorian archers.
We need more resources.
Hmm.
The Misty Mountains are ours.
You need a cold trick.
I didn't need to get a gold drag. I don't have the worms of the mountains though.
There's more where we came from.
There's a lot of elves. Oh, goodness.
Well. Speed. Well, don't just stand there.
Big boils over here.
Oh my god, what the hell is this? Oh, I know what will solve this. Hold up. Da-da-da-da-da!
Well, well, well. Well, don't just stand there.
Boy, great.
We're low on resources.
I think it's my favorite character for both good and evil.
We're under attack.
It's Lug. The mold.
The wolves are howling.
He lost his fucking leg. Come on.
Riders.
Ooh, there's more where we came from.
We've got the scent. Get your hides going. Who's a good boy?
Sam is a cool character. Yeah.
It's under attack. They've sacked the builders.
Hmm.
Careful. Don't
Did you know
agitate
Lug
this wolf.
killed Balin?
Enemy is on us.
It's true.
Wolves of Gundabad.
Balin got shot
Our master wants their heads.
while looking in the
Forward, wolves.
into the Dimril Lake,
Get your hides going.
and the man who shot him
Useless.
was
Oh my
Lug,
god.
Go. I said let
the
go.
mold.
What do you smell, boy?
Oh, goblin warriors. What do we do? Hey,
Lorian
builder,
OP.
get to work.
Yeah, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I'm dead.
It's an attack.
What you need is a good old-fashioned
It's them again.
Bolg Lug Wombo combo.
Rend them. Aid.
Except they both died.
Oh well, shit. I don't know. Shouldn't have let that happen, maybe. By the way, note to new texture on the build clocks. Did that yesterday.
You hear that? Get together! Move! The enemy is on us! Oh, come on! It's a trap! Together!
Well, well, well.
Oh my god, and I can't use this fucking power here. That's so infuriating. Oh my god.
Leave some for me.
Anyone here read about the upcoming cartoon prequel to Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings films named War of the Rohirrim? I did. I have no opinion. I actively decided against having an opinion on that.
Don't just stand there.
They're attacking! Get together! Hurry up!
Oh my god, let me cast the power. Thank you. You useless goblins.
Stay in the shadows.
Listen here! What?
Look who it is.
Attacking the camp! Get them away from the mine! The warriors are here!
Yeah, scavenger could help.
Ready? Charge! You hear that? The enemy!
Scavenger would help if I could kill anything.
Look who it is.
Yeah.
But all I have is goblins.
Get together! Get in closer!
Well, well, well.
I guess I could get Muska.
This guy actually kill some things.
Second age. Couldn't give it
Nice.
away.
Second age. Couldn't give it away.
Well, well, well.
That's a great little soundbite.
Oh, goblin warriors!
Oh, here we go.
Another building, all finished up.
You're gonna get some
God.
skeletons, eh?
No. I don't think I'm gonna get anything. I think I'm dead. All my bodyguards just got annihilated. I've been outplayed.
Yeah.
I can't summon it like anywhere in my base. That's very frustrating.
Yeah, what's that? And suddenly it works there for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, it's frustrating.
There's no discernible difference. Weird.
Well, well, well.
Oh, and they summoned the eagles on me.
They're raiding our camp!
Be I, the Lord of the Deep Places.
Get them away from the mine!
Oh my god, there's so many sentinels. Oh, they're so annoying.
Well, well, well.
Doom blob. Oh my god.
Ready? Keep moving!
Look who it is.
The enemy is in our camp! Get together! Kill him!
Look who it is.
Here for some action. Right, everything smells funny.
We're under attack! Ready? Somebody defend the builder! The mines are being attacked!
The Muslim guy seems to have done some work.
Okay, he's kiting them.
Made it
currently.
before.
Soros, here for some action.
The great fat one sends his regards.
Get attacking the mine!
Goblin town, born and bred.
They don't know me.
Well,
We have reached our command limit.
The great fat one sends his regards. You get on down to Goblin town.
down, down, down to Goblin Town.
Chow down to Goblin Town.
Yeah, nice.
Give it away.
What else is there to build? Build!
Well, well, well.
Oh god, it's
I think it's Gollum.
the World Cup. No, the European Cup. Football.
The enemy is
Means people are gonna be loud as fuck.
Great.
Nice kiting, dude. I just watched that. That was cool.
I had to activate
know,
that
like-
part of my brain.
Yeah, that like you clumped them together, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you summoned.
Oh, they still got the ring. That's okay. They're gonna offer to me freely.
Are they?
We'll force them to. And
I
now
mean,
I
if
can
they
get the great.
photoed, they'll probably offer to you freely anyway.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, chat, who's your favorite Hobbit character?
Apparently Azog.
Oh.
Fix them! They're attacking!
Hearts, ready to stick it to him.
The warriors are here! We have reached our command limit! The enemy has the ring!
What?
Come on, builder! We've got things to do!
Everything smells.
Notice how when you ask people who the favorite Hobbit character is, the answers are all memes. Whereas if you ask them what their favorite Lord of the Rings character is, their
Yeah.
minds will go to their actual favorite character, rather than immediately go to a meme. Interesting.
I will feast on their remains.
The enemy is on us!
The Misty Mountains are ours.
You're pushing back, man.
Cowards.
Listen here!
That
Yeah.
great goblin is winning you the game slowly.
Three trolls are a fantastic power and very great in the Misty Mountains roster.
Yeah,
Gotta
they feel
say.
fun. Even though you don't control them directly, they still feel interactive.
Oh my god, and they stunned him.
The
Yeah,
Grey
he's
Goblin's
got a-
ability to just pull an entire army out of his ass is extremely useful. Yeah,
The enemy is on us. You hear that?
it has been. Yeah.
Workers! Make yourself useful.
To be fair, he has a pretty large ass, so it makes sense. I actually thought Thorin was pretty good in the book. I liked the realization he had when he was dying. Felt like strong character development for a book that was focused on Bilbo. I like Thorin in the book as well. He was much more grumpy and just mean and well, he was like a grumpy old man basically. But he still had a I won't say had a well, he was very purpose driven, which kind of made him feel more noble than you know he actually was, because he was kind of an asshole. I like that. It was good. They should have kept that in the actual film, where they kind of like dipped their toes into that territory of Thorin being an asshole, but then they quickly, you know, shy away from that because they want their Aragorn equivalents. Shame. Big shame. Oh yeah, Thorin. This is a controversial opinion, but Thorin, in my opinion, was miscast in the films. Richard Armitage gave a performance that was good, but it was far too emotional for me. Thorin seemed like he was gonna cry, like all the time.
all the time.
Like he was gonna cry. Yeah,
You gonna cry?
yeah. He felt like a very like disjointed, whiny character, and he felt like an asshole at times, but not like in the book. He just felt like an asshole because he kept like putting Bilbo down for no real reason. In the book, he's just haughty and you know grumpy, you know, self-obsessed. But in the film, he just kind of like it's just he makes it very personal against Bilbo a couple times, which makes it feel strange because Bilbo at that point had kind of earned his position, but they had to reset it because otherwise they would have run out of story. Yeah, no, Thorin was miscast. Should have been an older guy.
Oh fuck! Made a bad deal.
Oh no.
They're attacking the mine.
I love how whenever someone asks what's your favorite X from The Hobbit, the answer always turns into something that people did not like. Yeah. Yeah. Can't escape your
There's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. It's because they're not good films.
Yes.
There's a reason for that.
The Hobbit films are sporadically decent. They have some good scenes. But that's about it. Oh no, I know you know. But I just touching on that because it's the same reason why when if you're asking what your favorite character is from The Hobbit, you'll get meme answers because that's foremost in people's minds. The basis Thranduil was pretty good. He was not the book character, but that was fine. The book character was different in my opinion. He always felt like, what was that one line, like long will a cherry Eri go to war over gold or something? I think that was the line. Whereas in the film, Thranduil's like, yeah, let's shoot these fucking midgets.
Yeah.
You know?
And I go to war for gold. Yeah, something like that. I know which line you're talking about. I don't remember the exact quote.
Yeah, so that made Thranduil seem a bit more peace loving.
Made him
Yeah,
feel more like an
I like
elf.
him well enough.
I
Yeah,
still
more
like
like
him, yeah.
Oh, here's another controversial opinion. I think Legolas should have been completely left out of the films. I know people will say he lived. I know he lived there. Of course. I know that it makes sense for him to be there. But when you go to a bar and you know that once you get your first drink, you're going to have 15 more and start a fight, you shouldn't have your first drink. And that's why Legolas should not have been in the film. Because you can't just show him and then do nothing with him. You can't afford to fly in Orlando Bloom for literally standing in the background or maybe having one line. It's going to feel weird to the audience. Like, what the,
Oh my god, these fucking elves. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's fine. Like, the audience will think, do they not realize that's Legolas? Why is there not more time being spent on him? There's never been a slope as slippery.
They're all dead. That's so frustrating that they just pause, dude. The bot. Oh my god. Oh. It's so frustrating. It's just like, oh.
Well, they were surrounded. They just couldn't escape. They got cut down.
Am I hearing BFME Pathfinder issues?
Yeah.
I disagree on this one. The Cav stuff, I agree, but this... There were elves
They
literally
were being
front and
blocked
back.
by my own units. No, they were being blocked by my own units. That's why they weren't able to get out of there. Because I was trying to retreat them through my units, and they wouldn't move.
I don't know. I feel like that is not that strange. Like in an actual, you know,
Sure,
battle
but
situation, it would make sense. I guess why.
in other
it's
RTS games,
frustrating,
it's not like
yeah.
that. Yeah, in other RTS games, it's not like that. BFME 1 isn't like that. That's why it's so frustrating for me. Do I have that? Yes, I do. Oh my god, just go attack. They're all gonna die. Oh my god.
Just watching your command points bar just drop.
Yeah.
Ah, it's Christmas now.
Oh my god. Well, my Drake's dead. It's got targeted. It's gotten targeted by the. Blah, I can't even speak! Oh my god. Oh. I think I'm just gonna end this, because this isn't fun anymore.
Ah, it's a bit much for a soldier AI, maybe. I don't know.
This is, yeah, this is more frustrating than fun for me right now. I just can't keep up. That's okay. I'll start a new game. Yeah, it's soldier AI. It's rough. That's okay.
Rob, young leader. Leader people.
No. All right. Yeah, there was a comment about the AI on the server recently talking about how on 2v2 maps and bigger maps they perform better. This is known.
Is it because they will use?
They have more space. They have more space.
Yeah,
to
they will
expand.
utilize like yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so that's why I was never able to. I kind of was in a shitty spot too because I didn't have as much room to build because I was closed off by those rivers.
Yeah,
Kind of made my own choke
I felt
point.
like the BFME one map.
It is BFME1 now. Just flip. It's
Yeah.
an Orion. That's an Orion.
Right.
Yeah, with
Oh
that.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, goblins did not do me well on that map. That's okay. I'm playing Weathertop. Fuck yeah. Actually, don't want to play Weathertop right now. Don't want to deal with fog. I don't really want to deal with fog. Oh, that's that BFME1 map. There's so many maps, dude. Oh.
Seventh Deep's cool as fuck, man.
It is a cool map. I want to play above ground though. Oh.
Also, well, I played that on stream before.
All of these I've played at some point. Harrowdale. Fuck it.
I wonder what the limit is.
On
For
maps? Yeah, I don't know. There's gotta be one. There's limits to how many trees that can be on a map before they start disappearing. There's gotta be just a base limit on maps.
Where should we build?
Maybe some of them already disappeared. We just haven't noticed it.
We found
Maybe.
a den of wargs.
You're right.
Build up this land. We have a new orchard. The building is now finished. I'm merely resting my eyes a moment. Building supplies coming.
Wah 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 wah.
Building materials.
Wah 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 wah. So chat,
Coming through.
who's your favorite Lord of the Rings animal character?
The anime character?
Anime. Not made yet though. No,
It's
anime.
Hammerhand. No, animal character. Okay.
Bell and Banner Band, dude.
Where should we build?
Bell Bammer Band.
The orchard has been
That's
planted.
a good question. The fox that talks in the Shire.
Yes. Weird hobbits.
Does troll purse count as an animal? It talks.
Fatty Lumpkin.
Freelanders, together now.
There is work to be done.
Fatty Lumpkin.
I can use some of
I guess mine would be Roak.
Squawk. It's because he's a Corvid.
Yeah,
Bias.
yeah. I like crows. Ravens. Sorry, he's a raven. Corvids.
Fearless Tuckborough archers.
Not
ready for
Covids.
orders.
We must
Find
stand
the
against
road.
them.
Keep
Covids.
going, who's out of trouble. We'll do what we can. Chop it the kid. Archers, be ready.
What about the CGI thrush from The Hobbit?
For the Shire.
Oh yeah, it was the best part of the movie.
This bow's been in the family for years.
That was a cool CGI thrush.
Ah, it was
Steady
amazing.
on, lads.
Incredible.
There is work to be done.
Impeccable, some would say.
It's a pun.
Seen any of them rangers?
Defenders of the Shire. Stick
That's a
together.
good.
Coming through.
Those southerners.
Sometimes I have them, man. What can I say?
Let's
Where
go.
should we build?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. Fuck up.
Just making sure you're aware.
Okay.
Build
Yeah.
up this land. Ready your tools.
I am Gildor. Son there is yet time for joy and laughter.
Look at him, Gildor.
Archers, be ready. Seen any of them rangers?
I'll ask you this: if you could change
I will
one
help you in whatever
thing
way I
about the
can.
Hobbit films, what would you change?
The shadow is out there.
Only
One thing.
You are not alone.
I get to choose one
Stay close
thing.
to me.
One
Redo
thing.
Battle of the Five Armies.
We found an outpost.
Gather round.
The whole film.
Oh,
That's not really-
fucking.
that's not-
Southerners.
That's not really one thing, but
I mean, I know. No, I know.
Some of them.
That's actually that's actually hard though.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know because there's so much. There's so
As
much.
pleasant as our stay was, we must go.
The bloom effect in
I
every
will
shot.
meet you
Yeah.
there.
That's
Buggers.
yeah.
Down. Ooh, this is getting pretty wild. Keep your eyes open for any funny.
What's that?
business.
My sword is
so that's
pledged to
pretty
him
deep.
gladness.
Yeah.
Seen any of
Practical
them
art.
rangers about?
We have
Yeah.
a building now.
More
I,
practical.
Their fate is
I-
sealed.
There
More
might be
practical
more.
effects.
what I would do
Materials.
is I'd have them use the same filming equipment, same
That's Lord of the
cameras.
Rings.
Don't go for the stupid
They have wounded.
HDR
Stay
whatever.
off the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
48 frames, so who gives a
Tougher
shit,
than we look.
Mm-hmm.
and stick to
The fighting has begun.
Lord of the Rings aesthetic of miniatures, basically miniatures
By
and
sundown. Quick,
matte
fire.
paintings.
Run, run.
Yeah.
That would be the one thing I would change. Is just that design decision is what I would reverse. Because then, even if the story sucks, it's still gonna look nice at least. I mean, fixing the story, there's no single thing you can do to fix that. but this feels like a singular decision to me. Like the fact that they had to use those cameras, which means they couldn't do miniatures, was quite singular. I'm sure it's a couple of decisions combined, of course, but I'm not going to try to fix the story in one change. There's no way to do that. So just that. That'd be much more watchable. But the teal orange tint of Unexpected Journey was terrible. It was so like dialed up.
Yeah, the color grading, except for like Desolation of Smaug, overall was pretty bad.
Yeah, Destination Smaug was the best. I think.
Desolation of Smaug had the best lighting.
I will meet you there.
I can't believe they just had it vary so much between films. Like they kind of settle into a more natural looking film for Destination of Smaug, and then they move into Battle of Armors and decide we're just gonna up the bloom by 50%. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? I don't understand these decisions. They feel completely senseless.
Yeah.
Stick together. They won't get through us. I have building supplies.
Put my Azog.
Gather round.
Breathe your last.
Oh, the GoPro shots in the river barrel segment. Yeah,
Place for
amazing.
recharge.
Oh, that took me right out. Of
Yes, me too.
People are leaving
What the fuck did they
Town
just
guard reported.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Eventually.
The enemy is near.
Yeah, I remember, like, specifically, it was with a couple of friends. I just looked at them immediately. Did you see that?
Much to report.
Yeah,
What just
not
happened?
alone.
I remember that as well.
Stay close to me. Stay off the road.
I remember seeing it and just like
Stop them here.
swallowing it. Like, okay, fine. But then my wife, well, not wife at the time, but she turned to me and she was like, "What? What's that?" I was like, "No, it was nothing."
They attack.
Never mind.
Closed doors. You will protect the
Yet
small folk of
unmarked.
Mordor. You won't take us.
Have Gandalf intervened personally before the elves and dwarves clashed. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like that they actually killed each other. I understand Peter Jackson could not resist it.
Fucking
It
stupid.
was too easy to just dial that up a little bit and have them actually kill each other.
Together now.
But that was not Tolkien. Like, that was blatantly wrong. Like, that's so bad.
Well, that was only in the extended where they attacked each other. Even.
No. They attacked each other in the theatrical as well, but there was more battle in the extended.
No.
The Twirly
No,
Whirlies,
the Twirly
they
Willies aren't even in the theatrical.
hang on.
I'm fairly certain. I am fairly certain of this. As the theatrical, because the orcs are out. They're about to, but Dane doesn't charge because Dane only has the foot people of the Iron Hills, whatever, dwarves. Yeah, there's no goats. They didn't charge.
Stick together.
I know.
With haste.
Quit fooling about. Is there a
It's one of the reasons why I will never watch the extended edition. It's so stupid. There's so many dumb decisions, man.
go for some sausages and bacon?
Bad. Bad film. Bad. Battle of the Five Armies is just bad.
Oh yeah, you're right. I just looked at the scene. Yeah. Wow.
No, yeah. It's
Okay, so they saved all that for the extended. Okay.
yeah. Of course, yeah.
Their fate is sealed.
And then they still cut out like
We must stand against them.
We cannot win here.
so much from the story.
Cut them off.
There's just stuff missing.
Are leaving these shores.
Like Bilbo's
Oh, yeah,
present. It's like they don't even they barely have any of the funeral. Yeah, they cut out the funeral. They don't even
They don't
like
have-
see Bilbo getting like his treasure from the
There could have been like a quiet conversation between Bilbo and Dine Ironfoot after all that. I mean, you think he might want to know who this guy is?
no like Bilbo being named Elfriend by Thranduil. You know, just make him look more like a dick.
Wandering
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks Peter Jackson. Thanks Philippa Boyd.
We will protect the
Yeah.
small folk of
Yeah,
Mordor.
their office coordination is not there. Yeah. Conversation between Azog and the Necromancer, where Azog was talking to the Necromancer like they were equal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
when
very
people
strange.
say these films. So many dumb things. There's
The more I
so
think
many
about these
dumb
films, and I've been
things.
thinking about them for years now, the more I think about them, like every time we have a conversation about this, which occurs like once every couple of weeks,
Yeah, it's
talk
sad.
about it.
I know.
Talk about it. Every time they just slide further down.
It's just
Like
opinion
they just
goes
get
for, yeah.
worse and worse.
The
and
last
worse
time
the
that
more
I
you
tried to
think
watch
about
it, I just gave up. I
Same.
just gave up. Yeah, like I think it was
with-
the last time. The last time that I tried to watch it was with you. It was like
Yes, it
I was
was.
streaming it, and I was feeling for some reason very oddly optimistic about The Hobbit. Like, oh, I'm gonna like it this time, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy watching it. I enjoyed it like another time. Tried to watch it, I'm like, this is just dumb.
Yeah.
What is this? It's just it's so disappointing.
Yeah.
It's
I remember
just
that as well.
disappointing.
I remember your
You-
spirit.
yes.
Like he's like,
And he
fuck
just
no, I'm
wins
done.
because I'm like, no, guys, stop being so
I can't
negative.
watch
Let's watch
anymore.
The Hobbit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like, don't be so negative. Let's just watch The Hobbit, guys.
Okay. You start
Never
watching it,
again.
and you're like 30 minutes.
I'm
You're like, fuck
I'm like,
this.
guys, I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made you guys join. I'd much rather we would have been more productive watching The Fellowship of the Ring again for like the 100th time.
100th, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I started watching it again. I started watching the 4Ks for the first time. I mean, because I never watched them in like full. I only watched for the scenes. Oh my god, so many good screen caps. Anyway, I started watching it and then I just fell asleep. Just went to bed.
And also, the dwarves were on a hard march from the Iron Hills. Where was all their gear? And how did they move those massive siege engines that far in 2 days without modern trucks? And why didn't they use them against the orcs? Why is my ass exploding? I know. Why is your ass exploding?
It's good. Why is my ass exploding? I would ask you the same question, man. I'm sorry that your ass is exploding. I'm gonna get Gorkin
It happens to me all the time.
Ass explosions. Do you want to know who else I know what happens to? Caitlin Bennett.
Was that? What?
She's a conservative YouTube commentator
Oh, really?
who goes and harasses people on college campuses.
Oh, nice. And her ass exploded? Okay.
Yeah.
Leave this
Hook
place,
yourself one day.
creature!
Oh, shit.
We
Happens
cannot
to me all
win
the
here!
time.
This
Yeah.
battle is over!
This is Soldier Lambry.
Open off! The light of Telperion compels thee.
Was she the one that shot herself at one time? Yeah.
All folk, great or small, of the
Yeah,
path.
she is.
Yeah, they didn't have any time for Thor's funeral, for Dane's coronation. They could have had, instead of ending on that terrible, like, oh, we have to connect the films exactly, like that's just a George Lucas thing to do. Like we can't imagine what could possibly be in between. No. It has to be like connected literally to the second, right?
Yeah.
They could have had like who visited Balin, I think. They could have had that scene, maybe. Could have done something like that. They could have. I don't know. There are things in the book that they somehow not included. After expanding that book, which is like 250 pages, right? Into three 3+ hour films. Or 2+ hour films, and they still missed things. They still missed like pivotal things. They still failed to develop characters properly. They still failed to get the point of the whole story.
Yeah. Did you know that Alfred walks funny? That's so smart.
I will defeat.
He walks funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude.
That's
Ha ha!
Hope is not lost.
Hee 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 ha ha hoo.
Without fear. Their fate is sealed.
Yeah, the crazy choreography between Thor and Azog. Yeah, like doing like ice ballet, And they have like a thing where they have like a giant rock on a chain that somehow becomes like a vital part of the fight. And then Azog stabs through the ice with this thing somehow. Have you ever tried moving your arms underwater? It's kind of hard, but anyway. And then he jumps out of the water onto the ice and doesn't immediately fall back through, but fine. He lands on it, and then they fight some more, and then they have like this standoff again, and then Thorin has to make the active decision to kill Azog, but also kill himself. It's like, oh my god,
dumb.
just fight and kill each other. That's all
dumb.
you gotta do. It's so stupid.
Watch out!
And then they had this. They didn't spend any time on Thorin's funeral or Dane's coronation or any closure between Bilbo and the dwarves, but they did have Aragorn in there somehow. They did somehow manage to push a reference to Aragorn. There's this scene in the behind the scenes footage of Philippa Boyens like talking about how great that idea was and why they did it. And I'm just like, you stupid asshole. You don't know anything.
Like, people were getting all hyped because Philippa Boyens was oh no, I don't want to talk about the anime thing yet. Because I'm just going to start getting myself upset. Because of the Hobbit shit. It's because of the Hobbit, too. Like, that's the shitty part. That's the reason why I'm not excited for, like, this next... It's because of the fucking Hobbit that I'm no longer excited for so many just Lord of the Rings things. It sucks, dude. It really sucks.
I have no opinion on it. It could be good. It could be bad.
Yeah, it could be.
The thing is, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I learned my lesson. I was so hyped.
Yeah.
And they didn't disappoint me mildly. They didn't give me movies where like, alright, but they could have been better here and there. No, they just completely fucking ruined them. They completely messed it up through greed, stupidity, not understanding the novel, trying to be Lord of the Rings when you're not Lord of the Rings. The Dol Guldur battle was a joke. Seriously, they were fighting ghosts. Like flickering Hollywood film ghosts that they had to slap around for a little bit. There was no tension. Everything was in full view. The whole scene was lit, brightly lit. You could just see like Christopher Lee's body double smacking ghosts with a staff. It was a disservice to the character. And honestly, disservice to Christopher Lee caring so much about this stuff. It was a joke. Yeah, it was terrible. And the way they had to, of course, show Galadriel do her thing that she did in Fellowship,
but sound worse. But somehow, like,
I thought it was dreaming. I thought it was dreaming when I was watching that. When she got up and she had like the light of Edinburgh.
Yeah,
it looked
awful. It looked awful.
Bad. It looked plastic. It
looked awful. God. Like compare it to the scene in Lord of the Rings. It was bad, but it wasn't that. Yes, it was.
No,
Bilbo was terrible.
I know that's what we do in the mod, but I hate it. I hate it that they made this like her Super Saiyan mode or something.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's not what it is. She was just showing Frodo what would happen. It's not Super
That's why we don't have
mode.
it as a toggle.
No.
Yeah. We don't have it like a toggle or something.
Hated it.
Yeah.
I understand.
They cannot win.
No, yeah, I fully agree.
But that's also why it's the Lord of the Rings like version and not the Hobbit one, because I hate that. I hate that. She looks terrible.
It made her look like a drowned Galadriel. That's what they refer to it as. The design, like she's drowned. Why? Why drowned?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because she has the Ring of Water? Is that it? Is that what it's supposed to be? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
She never refers to it as that. She refers to it like, so I don't know. That's the only reference to water she has. And I guess her being an elf.
Sea, I guess.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Got me.
But that whole scene.
It's just,
it's
just a bad
the only
scene.
sort of good part. The only sort of good part was when Galadriel walked up the steps into Dol Guldur, and that was kind of okay. There was some sense of dread there. Very small. Very small, you know.
Yeah.
It was nothing like the ring wraiths appearing in,
Weatherfall.
in Fellowship. Nothing like that. Because the way to it they visualized it was just plastic and open and lit, and you just see everything. But it was okay. But we had to, of course, have Benedict Cumberbatch recite the ringverse in stereotypical villain bad guy voice. From what I remember, the subtitles were actually wrong as well. Under the do you know? Remember how they referred to the river? He's halfway down the Anduin by now.
Yeah, it's the wrong river. I pointed that out to you. You didn't even know. Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that.
She says halfway down the Anduin. That's not the Anduin. It's the river running.
Yeah.
The Kelduin, I think it is, right? Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh my God! They got it wrong. Uh-oh, that brother's gonna die.
That's a minor thing. Like I can easily forgive that, but
yeah, for sure. But just it's just a combination of all of it, you know?
Yeah. Of course they get that wrong. Of course they get that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like that would normally be a non-issue, but it's just because of all the other bullshit added up onto it. It's just like, of course this would be the case.
The Uruks turn northeast. Yeah, no. That's wrong, but nobody cares because they're good films.
Yeah.
Keep your nose out of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. That's the perfect
example. That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent.
They don't turn northeast.
No, but who cares? It's good.
Yeah, who cares? It's Lord of the Rings, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
What else do I hate about The Hobbit? I'm on a roll.
We're on a Hobbit hate roll again.
I honestly feel like when we removed Azog, it's like we finally decided to no longer pretend or give a shit. Like we've had these discussions, and I don't know, it was cathartic. It was therapeutic just to remove him. And I am this is a bit of a dev thing, but I'm strongly considering making a new Thorin model, keeping the design, but just maybe give him a beard. I don't know, make him look like Thorin. I don't know. I'm strongly considering doing that.
Do it.
Strongly considering doing that. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to work on. Stream that even, you know. It's a fun.
Awesome.
I like Thorin's design quite a bit.
His adventuring.
What's that?
His adventuring outfit.
Yeah.
Journey.
Yeah. I can't watch the Hobbit films anymore. If I ignore what I don't like, because then
You're ignoring the whole film.
Then I might as well just watch the Gollum and Smaug scenes and just
watch it on YouTube.
Turn the film off. Yeah.
Just watch the scenes you like on YouTube.
Yeah, that's how I watch the Hobbit. I
just watch the Woodland Realm scenes and then skip to some cool stuff with Bilbo.
Yeah, I kind of like the Bilbo and Mirkwood stuff. I like a lot of the Mirkwood stuff. I wish it was darker, because it's described as literally pitch black. I understand why you wouldn't make it pitch black. Obviously, it could be darker.
Make it deeper, yeah. Make it look deeper.
Yeah.
It would have to be darker.
I like the Bilbo stuff in Bag End for the most part. I think it gets too stupid. No, it gets too silly. And Ian McKellen is phoning it in. Like, he does not want to be there.
Poor Ian McKellen.
I've noticed this ever since I first watched the films. His performance as Gandalf in The Hobbit is so bad compared to what he does in Lord of the Rings. Every line in Lord of the Rings feels like it comes from a real place. It feels like it's meticulously thought about and delivered. The Hobbit, and it's also the quality of the dialogue, of course. You know, the Hobbit, the dialogue tends to be far worse than in Lord of the Rings.
They're entertaining, at least. I don't know, dude. Sorry, no, I don't agree. They're not entertaining.
Anyways, to finish my thought, Ian McKellen, I really don't think he was having fun. I mean, we know that clip of where he literally cried because of all the green screen stuff. that's seriously frustrating, you know. And I don't know. I think he's a smart man. He you know, he's a Shakespearean actor. I think he understood that this dialogue was shit. And yeah, what are you gonna do? You can only go so far, you know, to make it sound
Yeah.
good. He's
Yeah.
a commander of legions. Like seriously? Yeah, we'll have fun kicking that corpse family. Thank you.
Harps. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't
Yeah,
think the
those.
Hobbit films were entertaining. For a movie to be entertaining, to me, it needs to have a sensible structure. It needs to have characters that have arcs. It needs to have setups and payoffs that make sense. It needs to understand what to focus on and what not to focus on. It needs to know what its themes are. It needs to understand tone. It needs to understand tension, building up tension, releasing tension. The Hobbit films did none of that. So it's not entertaining. For me to be entertained by something, it needs to have at least some of those elements. And they just didn't have it. They didn't. It's a great example of this is early on in the first film. It's the stone giant scene. It's such a joke. Like they don't build up that tension. There's no consequences to anything. You should literally see half the company smashed into the mountainside.
Yeah.
And they're magically okay. It's completely ridiculous. So gone is all the tension for the rest of the film because you know if they can survive that, they can survive literally everything else. And they do. They fall down like a giant cliff in Goblin Town on this rickety old wood scaffold, and everyone's totally fine. They're buried in rubble. The giant corpse of the Goblin King, of course, has to fall on them because this is what slaps them. And then everyone's still fine. They both wanted to have that dark tone and be goofy. It's just it's a
Yeah,
complete fucking joke.
it can't be that. It can't be that. You gotta pick something.
Yeah.
It
You can't
lacks
do both.
consistency. That's
Yeah.
what I've always said was my worst problem with these movies. They lack any consistency.
Yeah.
They don't know what it doesn't know what it wants to be.
And know what? The only thing The Hobbit knows is that it wants to make as much or more money than Lord of the Rings, and they'll tick whatever fucking box that they need to tick in order to get there. That's what it is. If we're to distill The Hobbit's problems into like a one-liner compared to Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings is necessarily plot-driven. It's a plot-driven story, right? There are characters, of course, but then it's all in service of this giant plot, good versus evil. It's building tension, this evil, this spreading darkness. The Hobbit is by definition not plot driven because the plot just isn't as interesting. It's supposed to be character driven. Yes, we need to have Bilbo stepping out of his comfort zone, growing as a character. We need to have Thorin like having a reverse arc where he starts off as basically just a bad guy and develop into someone who understands where Bilbo's come from. They need to grow in, towards each other. There's so much you could have done with that, but they don't do any of it. They just don't. And what they do, they just fuck up, and that's because they fundamentally misunderstood or pretended to misunderstand what they were doing. Because they did make Lord of the Rings. They did write that script, and I have some problems with it, but for the most part, I think it's really well adapted. So they're not stupid. I don't want to get too cynical, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like they just wanted to make maximum profits or something. And usual response to this will be, well, they didn't have enough time and studio pressure on Peter Jackson. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's a stupid, dumb excuse.
Yeah, I know they didn't have time. They should have gotten more time, and they should have fought for more time. And Peter Jackson, the Oscar-winning director of Lord of the Rings, being bullied by his studio. What the fuck? Come on. I guess that's what happened. But he still signed off on all this stupid shit.
Like people defending
He's
season
the
8.
director. That means he signs off on it. That's what that means. That's what your role is in the production. You are the last arbiter. You decide that Bilbo needs to be covered in snot. For instance,
There is work to be done. Should we build?
he made that decision.
We must stand against them.
It wasn't a Warner Brothers executive calling up like, "Are we meeting our snot quota?"
Yeah.
That's not what happened. That was just Peter Jackson doing that. Because he's he's a competent filmmaker, of course. He's good. But he's also a big child, He likes his gore, he likes his slapstick, he likes his fart jokes.
He likes his accidentally gay jokes.
Oh, yep. Oh. He likes his many decapitations.
This is Outland. The light of Telperion compels.
Yeah, I remember actually when I was watching Lord of the Rings in the theaters again recently, just how many fart jokes there actually are. It's quite a few. It's quite a few. Like, ooh, why are those in there? They shouldn't be in there.
Their fate is sealed.
In Ladris must
Here
be
it is.
preserved. The orchard has been planted. We know the way.
Leave this
Oh,
place,
terrible.
creature. Stay off
Terrible
the road.
thought.
There is yet time.
Face our wrath.
There is beauty yet unmarred by the shadow.
No, don't go that way.
We cannot tolerate that to protect the last home we have. Our path we have not forgotten.
Push!
It's a shame.
Wandering companies are on walk.
Every secret fire burns within us all. Settlements. We will not leave Middle Earth to its fate. Eldarin, move out.
Can think of one fart joke in Lord of the Rings? When Pippin eats the lembas bread.
Yeah, he
Our
farts.
presence is requested.
When he eats the lembas bread, like a whole bunch of Gimli scenes.
Give me farts when he's drinking.
Must take the fight to
There's more than that though.
They attack.
Remain vigilant.
For the north.
Oh, there's the strange alien creature farts and Jar Jar. Oh wait, hang on.
I saw this pledge to
That's actually episode 1.
I do not fear
It's the wrong movie.
the shadow of Mordor.
A lot of burping as well. Yeah, it might be funny to you, but this is okay. So there's an actual bit of text written by Tolkien in which he describes why there is no bodily functions or sex in Lord of the Rings, because he feels like he wants the narrative to feel elevated. He doesn't want it to be realistic necessarily. He wants it to feel like
breathe your
an
life.
elevated saga of old, right?
I will defeat you.
So that's why, I mean, of course these characters would have farted, but you're not going to put that in because that's not the tone you're going for. That's very, very obvious when you read Lord of the Rings that is not the tone he's going for. And he literally spells that out in one of his letters as well. So,
Being detached from the tone of the
funny or not,
the
it's
story.
just not supposed to be in there.
I don't know. It's just not the place for it. It's completely missing the tone. Yeah, you already said what. Yeah.
Fish out of it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see the new Slayer demons.
The safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
It's the demons.
As long as we live, Rivendell will not
I
burn.
have conquered far greater
I still have to do the sound for it. I want to do a new one.
Face our wrath.
Oh, okay.
Have no fear, my friends.
The fighting has begun.
Out of my sight, servants of darkness.
Oh, look at that.
Atira Kotomolia.
Later,
This
Safi.
is not the end.
Pineapple. Allemaal.
Strike them all down.
The secret fire burns within us all. Hara Mariesse. This land
Yeah, that new
has
text is
changed.
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wee, wow. Yeah, I'm very happy with how that one turned out.
We bring joy, laughter, songs of songs. The hour of doom will soon be upon us.
Very fitting for... Oh no, that Dundan died. For Dundan.
We must look elsewhere.
Football has a new voice set.
We must unite or we will fall.
Face our wrath.
It's one of my favorites.
We will not leave you.
Certainly the best hero script that we have.
Yes.
The time has come.
This darkness cannot endure.
Taste Meldoran steel.
Oh dear.
It's not going well, is it?
Things have changed. Yeah. I should be fine, honestly.
They cannot
It's just this
win.
troll. He's being big and dumb.
Steady on, lads.
My least favorite part
He does a
about
lot of
Hobbit-
I
damage.
will defeat you.
Not
Hobbit or the
despite
Lord of the
him.
Rings books. My least favorite part? I don't have a least favorite part about in the Hobbit. I'm not that big a fan of the Hobbit book. It's fine, but it's very much just a children's book. I don't think it's particularly amazing or particularly interesting without the connection to like the greater story of Lord of the Rings, which it doesn't really actively allude to at all. In fact, it wasn't meant to when it was written. So, The Hobbit, I don't know. I don't have anything I dislike about it. It's just yeah. I guess
the film that you want.
Yeah, no, nothing. My least favorite part about Lord of the Rings books? Oh, yeah, that's some of the 41 Sam chapters.
There is yet time.
They're not bad, it's just they're slow. And
Guard the innocent.
yeah, when I reread things now, I usually skip those. Or, you know, scan through them quick. My favorite scenes in Lord of the Rings books, though, that's more interesting to talk about. I was rereading Fellowship recently, and I was like completely in awe of the Lothlorien chapters.
Oh yeah.
So great. The elves feel so particular and fitting in that world. The films kind of missed out on portraying them fully, in my opinion. They're very different in the books.
Yeah,
Pestel! Pestel!
we're a bit too stoked in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a mischaracterization of the elves a little bit in the films.
My least favorite is Pippin going around Minas Tirith. Oh, I love that. I love that like gritty detail of daily life in this city. Something
Yeah, it's learning about
very much
Gondor.
missing.
Yeah, it's learning about Gondor and who they are, and like what
It's
they
up
stand
hanging
for.
around with those pissing kids for fucking ages.
My
No.
least favorite is the Three Beards bits.
Oh
The
yeah,
song, I just skip that.
yeah.
Yeah, Three Beards. Three Beards?
I could do that. Yeah, I don't like that much.
Find a better position.
But you have read the books now, Harry. I thought you hadn't read them. I
Yeah.
always thought you hadn't. I think you hadn't read the books. I don't know why I thought. I think you actually told me you hadn't read them. Huh. What is your favorite part in the books? I guess for everyone in chat, like your favorite part of the Lord of the Rings books. Mine would be. I like Fellowship the best. I like all of the slow chapters early on in the Shire.
Yeah, same.
Very methodically crafting the threat.
Still love the assault on Crick Hollow. And Fellowship of the Ring, Knife of the Dark. That whole chapter is fantastic and different from the film. Very different from the film. Them finding like the ranger camp beneath Weathertop, how they fight the Witch King, how Frodo fights the Witch King. Frodo fights. He stabs him instead of getting stabbed. Well, he does get stabbed, but you know what I mean. Frodo has urgency. Frodo does things in the book.
Agency.
Yes, he has agency. Thank you.
Yeah, I like the chapters on the Barrow Downs a lot. Just that whole first half of Fellowship is great. I like.
Yeah, the old forest.
The forest
All
is
that stuff
cool.
is good, man.
Their fate is sealed.
So
Very good.
We are the Great Company. We bring word from Elrond of
Yeah, this is a real transition of basically like late Victorian England to like Celtic mythology, you know, and that's so cool.
We cannot delay.
Yeah, Moria is really, really good as well. It's almost like these are really good books.
You are not alone.
They really are.
My strength waits.
So evocative.
Strike them all down. This dark
Glorfindel, use your power.
I am lost.
Oh no. Oh.
do not lose hope. Come, follow me.
Wow, he sacrificed himself.
He did. That was very fitting. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Hobbit was a bit weird for you. Oh, yes,
he
it
is
was
for me too.
It was weird, but I like some. I like all that. The song, you know, gets a bit tedious, but I love Tom Bombadil in the old forest. It's so straight.
May each blow thrice over. I know where
Yeah, the old forest terrified me as well. Leading into the Barrow Downs. That was spooky. Tolkien was a good horror writer. He knew atmosphere and he knew like how to describe the physical and emotional sensation of being scared of things, you know.
Yeah. Do you think Tolkien had a fear of spiders?
Possibly.
Small fear.
Yeah, maybe so.
Just the way how the way he's able to describe Ungoliant is very fitting. How he describes Ungoliant and Shelob. Yeah. And how
the pure vicious
Ungoliant
evil
is-
of those spiders in Mirkwood as well.
that too, yeah.
Greenlanders, together now. This bow's been in the family for years. Our weapons be true.
I also really like the black the Black Gate chapter in Return of the King. Well, will they go and have their like the battle?
Steady on, lads.
I like that a
Go and
lot.
have their battle.
The way Aragorn like divides his forces and yeah.
Yeah, he sends them off.
shall be done.
That's
Do not fear.
the ones who fear to fight. He lets them leave. They go to Karandros
You hold your ground.
to hold there.
Town's guard reported.
Yeah, Tom Bombadil and everything would have been hard to put in the films. Yeah, that's what they did. They didn't. I agree with that decision. Yeah, that wouldn't really work. Unless you want to have a two-part Fellowship of the Ring film as well.
Why not? Give me.
Why not?
Don't let up.
Oh my god, this army.
Hold steady. Quick.
They should do a TV show on Lord of the Rings. Just have every episode be a chapter.
Actual Lord of the Rings. Yeah, like the actual books, not just some spin-off from the Second Age.
Yeah, couldn't give it away.
Couldn't give it away.
Get down.
Oh man. Oh my god, they're sending more. What is this?
On that note, I should say that I'm totally in favor of someone just doing their own version of putting the Lord of the Rings on film. I'd love to see that. You could call it a
Someone who's
remake,
not
but I
Peter
just call it
Jackson.
reimagining the books. opportunity there.
Yeah. I like
Starting
Lord
starting from the books as a basis, you know, not like what would I do differently for the films, but actually looking at the books and writing new scripts and
My purpose
Yeah.
here is not yet fulfilled. Hope
Yeah.
is not lost.
Yeah.
Like the wind. We bring joy and laughter, songs of sadness.
All right, lads, put down your drinks. There's trouble brewing.
We have lost our building. Our lands are in trouble. We need more resources. May our
I
weapons be
remember the
true.
splendor of old Gondor. With all haste,
Intruders!
you are utterly outmatched. Have you spoken to Lord Elder?
Fluffy Floppy earlier asked if we wanted to do the same to like Game of Thrones, like dissect it. I don't have the heart for that.
I don't have it in me for that. Yeah. That's even more disappointing than The Hobbit. Well,
Yeah. Yeah,
in different ways.
in different ways. I was less
Because-
less invested in Game of
Because
Thrones.
yes, because Lord of the Rings, I still enjoy Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones, I do not enjoy Game of Thrones anymore. Anything
I would say
about
that
it.
I would say that Game of Thrones fucked up much worse than The Hobbit did.
Like the wind.
And
Was
it
it-
set you up for more because it started so good.
Ride us, Roger.
Yeah,
It is ours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was not as. I mean, I really liked Game of Thrones, but I wasn't as invested in it as I was in Lord of the Rings, obviously. So
Yeah.
I had higher, you know. Although I was very excited when I was watching it, like, I was watching from season 1. I remember waiting for season 2.
Fire! Like them all down! Steady on, lads. You're going. Mind the road.
Yeah, Game of Thrones fucked up so bad that they retroactively ruined everything.
Die, beast!
Everything. I can't even watch like anything even from good seasons. They completely destroyed it. It's really impressive. Actually, like I don't know, you got shows like Sopranos. Apparently, I have watched some of it, but I haven't watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, the final episode was weird or something, and some people
it's
said it ruined the whole thing.
weird.
Well, oh no. Some people said some people said it wasn't great, but I don't think it ruined the whole thing for anyone.
No,
But for Game of Thrones, it's just completely destroyed. Like the first seasons for me as well. I can't watch it knowing where it goes, knowing how stupid it gets, how meaningless everything becomes. Yeah. No.
Too many of us have fallen.
The fighting has begun.
Send forth your arrows.
There is beauty yet unmarked by the shroud.
Watch out! Steady on.
No Dory.
Stand together. Let them
You gotta start pushing back.
I've been trying to. They just have so much of an army,
Every day, Sauron's defeat
I
draws
have building
closer.
supplies.
and there's no range siege in Rivendell.
Oh yes.
The enemy has made camp here.
I need to build more. I need to get more cav. That's what I need to do. Let's get some Dunedain.
We will not leave Middle Earth to its fate.
Need to start
We
harassing.
still have a part to play.
Harassment.
Brave and shield. I saw this pledge to Imladris.
Building materials.
Gallad was an elven king.
Now our weapons.
Of him the harper sadly fell.
Together now.
For the White Star.
Not much to report.
Evil must not be allowed to
Sounds
endure.
good.
Tongue gotta hide. No Dory.
I can use some of old Butterbird's ale.
The enemy is at hand.
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's a
disagree
weather
with you
hazard.
there. I'm gonna disagree with you there, Carnage. 6 episodes of season 8 of 50 Peru and 60 plus episodes of the first 7 seasons in every way possible. No. 6 episodes of season 8 were the cherry on top of a very, very gross cake that had been growing more and more gross with every season. This
Yeah.
first,
At the very least, season 4.
Yes, I would say season 4 was making some big mistakes. I can't remember all of them now, but they were making big mistakes. Season 5, then 6, 7, they all started playing very fast and loose with narrative structures and things mattering, and characters being consistent, or rules of the world being consistent. Remember Arya getting stabbed? Just nothing happened to her. She got stabbed into like the fucking stomach 6 times. She fell into like dirty water after that, and she just kind of got up the next day. It's like, I'm fine. Remember that? Oh my god. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. But that was nuts. That was not season 8, man. That was like 5 or 6.
We will never stop fighting. Aragorn needs us.
No, we felt. I remember we were mocking season 7 as much as we mocked season 8.
If not more. If not more. If
yeah,
not
that
more.
That was so bad. That season was. Yeah.
Awful. Awful
So
fucking
bad.
TV. I don't know how the fuck people defended it, man. I still don't. I don't know.
The books went to season 6. That's inaccurate. That's not really how it works. There's a lot of stuff in the books that was never in the TV show. If they had taken it as slow as the books have taken it, as in, you know, explore as many plot points as the books, they would probably still be going by now. It needed to be like 10 seasons. A full season 8 and 2 more full seasons. Then they could have had the time to wrap it all up. Turns out, though, that Dan and Dave were only good at adapting stuff, but
yeah, as we found out.
I think 12 season would have been too much. I don't think a TV show could have managed to make things, make all of that stuff interesting. All the stuff that happens in the books, there's so much. TV viewers would have completely lost track of what was happening. 10 would have been enough.
Yeah. 8 seasons wasn't enough, but anything more than 10, I agree, would be too much.
Ready your tools. Coming through. Where should we build?
Suppose been in the family for years.
I don't think season 7 was necessarily worse than 8. I think they were both about equally shit. But I'm just saying that season 7 completely set up all of the failures of season 8.
Yeah.
And season 6 did the same for 7, and 5 did the same for 6. Like, it was just a complete, like, slippery slope of fuck-ups.
Of death.
Rally together, elves. They attack.
Oh yeah, Ring of Air got a new effect.
Oh, wow.
All the Ring of Power bears have a new effect for one of their powers. The Elven Rings of Power.
I noticed that texture in the files recently.
Yeah.
Build up this land. Where should we build?
Galadriel has one, Gandalf the White has one, and Elrond's, as you just saw.
Evil is upon us.
The Ring of Fire, Gandalf.
Give them nothing.
There is still time.
For the White Star. Hold this position.
As it was in the lore.
Face our
Power
wrath.
of Imladris is not yet spent.
The enemy's buildings are near.
In the lore.
Don't let up.
We have a new orchard.
Have no fear.
Oh, Gandalf's
my
good
friends.
now. Not Gandalf, Glorfindel. Wrong G. Wrong G. Gandalf's my G.
Real G.
The real G.
Season
the
7
real
had some
Gino.
awesome character and plot-defining moments, and name them. Seriously, list them for me. It was so stupid.
I'll kill you all!
Yeah, season 7. I don't.
By the grace of the
Yeah, no, I don't. It was bad.
We'll stand guard.
It was bad. I don't know what I'd say was worse. But it was by no means a good season.
Put it this way, there's no way that I would ever describe it in a positive light, even comparing it to something that might be arguably worse. Because that's giving it too much credit.
Yeah. I will agree that season 8 was the epitome of
stand your
fucker.
ground.
That's season 7 any good.
It's
Absolute shit.
I felt more pain from the events in season 7 than I did from season 8.
Same.
I will say that.
Same.
So,
and the reason for that is because the reason is obvious, right? Because in season 7 you're like, oh, this is so bad. Like this is actually this show is ruined now. And when season 8 was going to happen, you already knew it was ruined because there's no way they were going to fix it.
Yeah.
So
Once
it
we
didn't
started
make as much
reading all
of
the
an impact.
leaks.
Yeah. No,
Fuck.
Guard your
I
courage.
think I will say that season 7 was worse for me personally.
Okay.
Even though I would recognize that they made bigger mistakes and season 8 was probably dumber. But
Bummer.
yeah, but for me, season 7 was worse because after season 6, which was also really bad, still light years better than season 7, of course, but it was bad. I thought maybe they're going to turn it around, and then they completely drove it into the ground with season 7. I was like, okay, this show is now ruined. All my investment has been,
For not.
pointless. Like I wasted my time. So I wasn't looking forward to season 8. I didn't think it was going to be good. There's no way they were going to fix anything. And then when they only had like 6 episodes, I was like, okay, yeah, they're going to, because if you know, I mean, you can just look at where the story is at the end of season. You know that 6th episode is not good enough.
Yeah.
So it didn't hurt. It was stupid, but it didn't hurt me as much as season 7 did. Because I already knew what it was going to be. It was going to be shit. I was prepared.
Yeah.
And I just laughed. I never even finished watching the last episode. I skipped through it. Like, skip. Okay, well, okay. He's the king. Okay. Sure.
Should not be forgotten. We won't leave Middle Earth to its waste.
The day is ours!
Shame.
Big shame, yeah. Rip status.
Rip Stannis. Oh, God. Oh. Awful. So awful.
Rip John's character for like the last 4 seasons.
Wait, he had a character?
He should have stayed dead. He should have stayed dead. It would have been more interesting.
It would have been far more interesting.
No, I mean, he personally would have been more interesting, like as a corpse, because he lost all personality, because they didn't know what to do with him after that.
She's my queen.
The fortress, it's ready.
John was my favorite fucking character.
Yeah, he was great for the first 2 seasons. He was great. He was kind of funny, he was kind of witty, he was inexperienced, but he wasn't stupid. He made mistakes and he paid for them, you know. He grew as a character, then he got stabbed, and then he turned into a piece of cardboard. And walked around like a piece of cardboard, wearing plot armor. Yeah, no, garbage.
Gray garbage.
But yeah, the thing I've noticed about when we criticize, well, I remember when season 7 was coming out and we were criticizing it, some people got really upset about that, even in our Discord, which was a thing at the time. The thing about that and about criticizing The Hobbit is people tend to assume that we're starting out saying to ourselves we're not going to like this. But here's the thing:
Yeah.
I think I'm in like the top 10 people worldwide when it comes to looking forward to The Hobbit. I checked everything. I followed every news source. I read every snippet of information, looked at every single picture, watched all production diaries 20 times, if not more. I fucking freeze framed through them to see if I could get any references for
You
any
like,
like
yeah, you
designs
liked
they
it
were
more
doing.
than me. You were more excited for it than me. I remember the models you were making at the time.
Yes.
Like when those things,
I
like
was
you were one of the first people to actually make those Hobbit dwarves and the
yes.
Hobbit Radagast and shit like that.
Yeah. Because the designs were out. So like you could kind of make them, right? So yeah.
Yep,
I
Thranduil. Oh
was
my god, remember Thranduil?
extremely excited for these films. I wanted to love them so bad, and then I couldn't lie to myself. That's all that happened. I just couldn't lie to myself. They
That's
just weren't good.
Mushroom.
Same thing for Game of Thrones. Like I was a huge Game of Thrones fan. I watched season one.
I watched
Like
everything.
I watched
read
season
all
one
the
once,
books.
and I watched it again, like right after. I watched it twice in a row. Season 2, I loved it. Season 3, I was, oh, this is amazing. Like, it's so good.
Amazing.
From Elrond of Rivendell.
I read the first book. I liked it, but I haven't gotten, into reading anything else.
Yeah, I had written, I had read the first book, but then the other ones I got into after watching season because I couldn't accept that having left with that taste.
Yeah.
Something bad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Aragorn.
Without that old fuck having me wait 5 years for this shit.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Oh.
We must act now.
The shame. The fucking shame.
Noldoran guardsmen, ready for orders. I have sworn to protect this land.
This game
Yeah, it's
is going
interesting.
for a
The
while.
Hobbit and Game of Thrones to me, well, The Hobbit, Game of Thrones, and here we go. This is going to cause some trouble. The Star Wars prequels. I think that anyone who genuinely thinks those are good and doesn't just like them personally, but thinks they reach some measure of being good in any sort of objective sense, which you can kind of measure to some degree, right? Like, are things set up? Are things paid off?
The prequels were not
And
fine.
potholes. It's fine. No.
You can. I like watching them, but they are not good movies.
Can I quickly finish my point? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay,
anyone
go ahead.
who
My
thinks
bad.
that they were actually like good movies and didn't just personally like them, they don't understand writing for film, and they don't understand filming things. If you think that the Star Wars prequels were shot well, you don't understand cinematography. It's all shot reverse shot. It's all just they're just standing on a green set. They're just sitting on a couch. They're looking out the window. It's so uninteresting.
Yeah.
It's so uninteresting, and the writing it is baffling how bad it is. Not just the plot, but the dialogue. It's baffling. They were not fine. You're looking at it through rose-tinted goggles. Yeah, I used to like episode 1 when I was a kid. Thought it was fucking awesome.
Fucking great.
It's fucking great,
Yeah.
But when I grew up,
Darth
and
Maul,
looked-
he's so cool.
yeah, lightsaber.
Remember
Pew,
Boba
pew,
Fett?
We are knights of Rivendell.
Remember
you
Boba
know.
Fett?
I
Remember?
remember Boba Fett, yeah.
Remember?
Well, not Boba Fett. I remember Jango Fett. But yeah, I
Ben
thought
Boba
they were pretty cool. But when I grew up, I was like, this is actually shit. I just revised my opinion on them. The battles were shit too. They were just CGI. Like there was no tension. No.
It's mindless numbness.
Yeah, it's yeah. No. people will now say that the prequels were good because they have all this added information from the Clone Wars TV show
Yep. The only
that kind
way.
of fills in the gaps and kind of like forces it like violently to make some sense. It's like, God, you know. John Favreau was like, "I'm gonna make this make sense."
It's like a dinosaur who's been cloned. They sometimes will react violently, dude.
What?
I'm sorry, that was a failed Jurassic Park quote because I couldn't remember the whole quote.
Oh, okay.
It was a flop. I admit it. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, no. I mean, no.
It sucks, man.
I don't think anyone who honestly defends like the quality of the prequels, those last few Game of Thrones seasons, or The Hobbit understands anything about what makes good. I don't know, a good cinematic experience. Duel of the Fates is the highlight of the prequels, but even then, that's a good fight that has no tension because the villain didn't matter. Yeah. And because the choreography is completely over the top as well. It has no tension because the villain doesn't matter and because the choreography is completely insane. How fast and flashy it is. I understand George Lucas is the height, the height of the Jedi Order. Who gives a fuck? It has no emotion. It has no emotion to it, and it gets emotion, of course, as soon as Qui-Gon is stabbed, and yeah, that's.
It's literally only. Imagine
that bit is kind of good
without the music.
Yeah, well,
that's what makes the fight. It's not anything else. It's not anything else.
I agree with that. I would agree with that. The score is big.
I mean, that's why people like it. It's.
Remember, Duel of the Fates is intercut by 3 other things that are going on. You got the space battle, you got the Naboo infiltration, and you got the battle on the field with the alien Gungans.
Yeah, the field battle.
Yeah, so you're constantly cutting. It's so fucking stupid. The way have you seen that behind the scenes footage of George Lucas and like the production crew, like the producers watching the final film, and you're like, oh fuck, what the fuck did we do?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh good. Oh dude. It's so good. They're like, oh no, it's a mess. And then the editor is like, yeah. So you really shouldn't, because you can't have any consistent tension if you keep switching between, this is all just in the Plinkett review anyway, if you want to watch it. You can't keep switching between these things because you're going to lose all the tension. Yeah, and that's when George Lucas says the famous line, I may have gone too far in a few places. You can't undo it because it's stylistically designed to be that way. So they just leave it in. It's just in the film. They just fucked it up. Oh my god. Yeah, no. There's this one thing that Rich Evans says at some point in one of those reviews. Oh no, and it's something unrelated. He says that Episode 2 is probably the worst film ever made relative to its budget.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not the worst film ever made, but it might be relative to its budget, right? Good boy, that movie is shitty. It feels so dead. And you got the third one, but the third one's good because it's dark. Oh. Okay. Sure. It also has a 20-minute fight scene with no fucking consequences or meaning at the end until Anakin kind of dies, because Obi-Wan happens to have the high ground, which matters for some reason. Nobody knows why that matters. That never made any sense to me. You can't win, I have the high ground. But they were fighting up and down this whole time. It never mattered until the fight needed to end, and then it mattered. They're like, okay, well now it's over. He just basically says this fight is now over because the movie has to end. That's what he says.
Stupid. It's stupid, man. I still enjoy watching them, me personally. But I will always, they're dumb. They're dumb, dude.
Okay.
They're dumb. Like,
I would enjoy. I enjoy watching like some of the fight stuff from episode 1 because it makes me feel like like when I
a
felt
kid
when I was
again.
yeah,
Yeah,
I like Duel of the Fates,
the fence
but I
of the
don't think
duel.
it's good. And that is something that these nerds and nowadays need to fucking learn. They need to be able to distinguish between I like something and I think and this thing is good because there just is a difference. I like a lot of things that are just kind of bad, but I still like them. You know, I like I mean, we talked about this before extensively, right? I like The Lost World, even though it's not a good film. I still like it.
Yep.
I still enjoy watching it.
First one's the best. No re.
What'd you
First
say,
one.
Arian?
A bunch of punk bands.
Yes. Quite a few, in fact. That I know, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah. I don't call them guilty pleasures because, I don't feel guilty about it. You know? Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff.
Someone's guilty pleasure is that they like the prequels and The Hobbit.
Yeah, well, you should feel guilty about that.
I know. Seriously.
You like the seismic charge noise in episode 2? That's a good aspect of it. Wow. Well, that's how far you gotta dig to find something good. It's the sound effect. Yeah. It's a cool effect. Sure, I agree.
Yeah.
And it was impressive. When I saw it in the theater, it was impressive.
Star Wars does have good sound effects. I would most definitely agree.
So long as we live,
Yeah.
Rivendell will not hold such
Good sound design. I like a lot of really bad horror movies as well.
Coleman Trevor.
We are the great company.
You will regret coming here.
It really annoys me nowadays when people like we have the sequels now, like the Star Wars sequels, which are not as bad as the prequels, but they are pretty terrible in different ways. But then people are like, well, I guess like suddenly like they decide that well no, because these are also bad. Now the prequels are good. They weren't that bad, were they? Yes. So no. Yeah.
Well, you're talking about just people using that justification.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
these are bad in different ways. I bet you missed the prequels now. No. They're still
not
bad.
necessarily. They're still bad.
They cannot win.
They're still bad.
We will not leave Middle Earth to its fate. Come, friends. Duty
Episode 8. What is that? The Last Jedi?
calls. Sit by the fire.
Oh yeah, that film.
I never
I know
watched.
who says
eight and
The
nine.
Last Jedi is worse than prequels is just it's completely wrong. The Last Jedi was a terrible movie, but it was much better than the prequels. Much better. It had internal consistency. It I don't know. It looked better.
Whose song lies long memory.
I didn't like it, but I'd rather watch The Last Jedi than watch Attack of the Clones. That's for sure.
It is sealed.
That's for sure.
Would you rather watch the prequels or The Hobbit?
I'd rather watch The Hobbit. No, actually, I'd rather watch the prequels because then I can laugh. The Hobbit, I just cry.
Yeah.
The prequels, if you watch the prequels with like a friend, you could just completely destroy them. It's just funny.
Destroy
the
it,
Hobbit,
just-
Hobbit, you just want to die. Like, fuck this.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very accurate. Go away, Thrain.
There are few of us left.
What I hate about the Star Wars episodes 7 to 9 is that some people either see nothing wrong with them or nothing right with them. Well, I guess. But I would put it like you might acknowledge some good parts, but they mean nothing when the whole is just not good. It's just picking at straws. The prequels at least feel like a piece of Star Wars media. Why? They only feel like a piece of Star Wars media because that's what you probably grew up with, given the general age of people here. They feel nothing like the original Star Wars films.
They're nothing like them.
Nothing like them. No. That's a weird take. I disagree with that. I mean, you can compare Empire Strikes Back to the prequels and tell me that feels similar? Absolutely not. It's completely different.
I just want Glorfindel to come back.
I think the sequels feel more like Star Wars than the prequels do. And I know they're not written well, and I know they're... But to be fair, the originals weren't written all that well either. Empire was, but beyond that, it wasn't... The writing was never really the point, I thought.
I think you're giving them a bit too much credit.
Yeah, I think
They're
so too.
really bad. They're absurdly bad.
No. I know. I've watched them, and I know that they're much worse than the other Star Wars films. I'm just saying, people do have a tendency. Well, the original Star Wars films. People just have a tendency to pretend that the writing in the original Star Wars films was.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't
really
think they're
good.
accurate either.
No.
Not just not good.
You at least enjoy watching the prequels. When watching the sequels, you just regret every moment of it. I don't enjoy watching. No, I don't. No. In terms of pure filmmaking, so right, the prequels and the sequels were badly written, but the prequels were also badly filmed. Visually, the sequels are much better. Everything looks much more interesting.
No, I agree with that, for sure.
So that's why I think they're just better than the... Yeah. I'll agree that the... No, actually, no, I won't. No, no. The writing in the sequels is pretty shit. But I think I might... the prequel writing might just be worse. The dialogue, man. Oh my god. Anything. It's all terrible. In 20 years, when there's been major plot points filled in, like Clone Wars did, but prequels may have a different opinion. Yeah, exactly. When you were able to look at it through rose-tinted goggles, you might have a different opinion. Rise of the Skywalker doesn't even make sense. Yeah. Okay, so this is now heading into like the Star Wars fanboy territory for me, where like we're gonna talk about like internal universe consistency and all that. I don't care about any of that. The writing just needs to make sense on its own, and the writing just needs to be intriguing on its own. I don't care about canon or force powers being new and not making sense or all that. I don't care about that at all. I just want it to be engaging. Because you can write anything and make it be good. I bet you that if they had planned it out, they could have had the same themes and the same things happen in these films. For the most part. And you wouldn't have minded if they just written it right.
Oh, I want to be done.
I know it's been going
but
on
I'm slightly winning. But it's just that they're just able to rebuild every single time. It's very annoying.
Oh, I don't think The Hobbit is worse than the prequels. The prequels are much worse.
No, easier to watch.
The Hobbit makes they're bad in different ways. The prequels just complete cinematic failures. The Hobbit has interesting scenes. It has some interesting characters sometimes. It has decent effects.
Oh yeah.
But
it's just much harder to watch for Lord of the Rings mega nerds.
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's face it, man. We are mega nerds when it comes to this, like, these stories.
Of course. Well, I would say I'm a fan, you know, an enthusiast.
All right, Mr. Hafelthream.
Yeah, I knew that. I off the top of my head, by the way. I didn't even have to look that up.
you can't. Just shut the fuck up.
No, I didn't. I knew that.
No, yeah, no, I know, exactly. So shut the fuck up, mega nerd.
Okay.
No, I'm not a nerd.
No,
I'm not a Lord of the Rings nerd.
I'm a Lord of the Rings enthusiast, I would say. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I feel like Lord of the Rings nerds will also really like The Hobbit. I don't know. I just feel like nerds to me goes into the toxic territory of fanboys for some reason. You know.
I know what you're talking about. No, I know what you mean.
I know that's not what the word means necessarily, but that's kind
Well,
of
you
what it's
enjoy
come
the
to
books.
mean.
You enjoy the books.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. You enjoy the stories for what they are, not necessarily the culture around them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Don't worry, I know. That's why we worked on a mod together for all these years, because we agreed.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't buy merch. I might buy a really cool edition of the books though, if it's within my if the price range is acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not that much merch. No, that's a lie because I have the figures. That's a very big lie.
What? What figure? You mean the Games Workshop stuff?
The Games Workshop stuff.
That's not merch. That's a game.
It's a game,
That's
but
not
you
merch.
know, I mean,
No. That's not merch.
Okay.
No, I really don't think it is. No. Action figure.
I do have two figures. I do have two of those that I got when I was like
Bras,
13. Oh god.
Shoes.
No.
Costumes. Did you buy off eBay?
Yeah, not anymore. Used to.
I used to have some merch. I had a Tolkien calendar. Every day you would get a new interesting fact about the Lord of the Rings, about the books, you know, and the history behind it. I learned a lot about Lord of the Rings just by flipping through that calendar every night in bed when I was a kid.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it was a great game. I still have it.
Wow, Lord of the Rings. So cool.
Yeah. I remember, like...
People are gonna bully me about this someday.
first
And call me a terrible person because of my opinions on it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that I couldn't help it. That's projecting.
No, I mean, it's true. But I remember when I first got the book and I looked at the map and I was like, oh, what is this? Rune. Oh, what is that?
Oh,
and because I mean, I couldn't get on the internet all the time, and you know, because I didn't have my own computer with my own connection, you know. So okay, I got the calendar, so I flipped through to see what I could find about Rune. And there was this little entry on it, and it said, yeah, it's just mysterious. You know, you don't really know what's out there. I'm like, oh my god, that filled me with such wonder. You know, oh god. Same for like Harad or like the deep past of like who's Morgoth. I didn't have the Silmarillion or Unfinished Tales or anything at the time. I just had the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the calendar. Return to King came after. For some reason. And then I got the Hobbit. Later, even. Yeah. Big fan. I'm just not blind. You know, I just don't blindly like this stuff. Not for me.
May the grace of the valor show them no mercy.
There's no problem with being critical about the things that you like.
Yeah, I agree.
On the other side of that, however, that's despicable. How dare you?
Thank you. Yes. I was gonna say, why do I feel so bad? You know how much work would have put in making the Hobbit?
Who cares?
I know.
Who cares? So, look at how much work we put into this mod. There,
Barely
people-
any. Okay.
Exactly.
We're gonna end the stream because I want to leave. I don't want to sit on this fucking chair in this room anymore. I want to go do something else now.
Yeah,
So this
same.
completely went out of hand. I thought this was gonna go on for like maybe an hour.
Same.
It's like 3 hours. It feels like 3 hours now. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hobbit sucks. Good night.
Bye bye.